Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a full face of expired makeup. And I know what you're thinking, expired makeup, that's pretty disgusting, right? But a lot of times you don't even realize that you have expired makeup in your makeup collection and you still use it. But before we get right into the video and you see all my expired makeup, you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. That really would help me out a lot. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So first I'm going to be starting off with my eyes already taped, and I'm gonna go in with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot. Now this paint pot, as you can see, is broken right here. I've had it for so long. This does not say the expiration date on it, but I'm sure it's either like 6 months to a year, and I've definitely had this over that time and I've used a lot of it. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. I dug a pretty deep hole in there. So I'm just gonna go in with this. I'm gonna go in with that with a brush. So I'm just gonna take some and just put it on my lid. And sorry if I'm looking down. I feel like I say this in every video, but my mirror is right there, so that's why I'm looking in that direction. So I've literally had this video idea for so long now, like probably like 2 years, and I just never did it. So I was like, you know what? Now is the time to do it, because if I don't do it now, I feel like it's never gonna get done. So I was like, it's now or never. Now I do think this product is a little bit drier than when I first got it. I mean, it's been open, it's been exposed to the air, so I would expect that after a while of using it, it would dry up a little bit, but it still gets the job done. It's not like over drying or like too cakey or anything like that, so that's why I still use it. If not, then I would have thrown it out a long time ago. Now for the eyeshadow palette, today I'm going with Makeup by Mario palette. This is the ABH collab, and I'm going to use this because it's been a long time since I've used this, but I've kept it because the colors are gorgeous, and I typically don't get rid of eyeshadow palettes, expired or not. I'm sure you guys are the same way too. I don't follow the expiration dates in majority of my makeup, because if it's not used up, I don't get rid of it. So this shelf life is 6 months, so I'm assuming 6 months from when you start using it. So this is long expired, but I'm still gonna use it. Has a lot of gorgeous shades, and I really love this palette. And I don't know if you can see here, this shadow is crumbled a little bit. I don't know if that's because of age, or maybe I was traveling with it or something like that. So I'm just gonna go into this brown shade right here and put that in my crease. Now I really did love this palette a lot because it had a lot of great shades in there. I feel especially for people of color, like my skin color or darker, I feel like it had really great shades in there. I feel like there wasn't a lot of shades that looked pale on brown skin tone, so I really like that. So even though this is a full face of expired makeup, I still kind of want to make this a good look. I still want to make it, you know, a cute look, even though some of these products are going to be so expired, like years. So you guys will see as I go on in the video, it gets bad. So now I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Kim, and I'm just going to put that on my lid. So I'm just going for a real subtle look, nothing crazy, because, you know, I do want this to be a look that comes out good. I mean, I hope it does. But with some of the products I have, I'm kind of scared. So, and now I'm going to go in with this brown shade called Violetta, just to put it in the outer V to deepen it up and give it a little bit more of a complete look. So now I'm going to go in with this Maybelline Master Precise All Day Black Eyeliner. I honestly don't even know if this still works, if it still has ink in it or not. Okay, it works. So I'm just gonna go in with that, and hopefully the liner doesn't like act up or anything. I don't think it should, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. This is getting a little bit dry as I use it, so it's a little bit hard. Okay, so I think this is the best I'm going to get the eyeliner. It was a little bit hard to use it because it was kind of dry, so it was a little bit rough, but I think it's not that bad. It's okay. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye, and I'll be right back. And just to let you guys know, the eyeliner didn't have an expiration date on it, but I have had this for over 2 or 3 years, because when I bought this, I did not know how to do eyeliner at all. I mean, I still don't really, but you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know how to do it at all. Like, this was to practice. So now I'm gonna take this expired beauty blender, and yes, this is expired because Beauty Blender said you should throw it out every 3 months. This has definitely been like more like almost a year or over a year, so this has seen better days. And honestly, if you have expired makeup, don't feel bad. I mean, we all do. We all use expired makeup all the time. Like, for me, for example, I use expired makeup all the time. I'm not gonna throw it out if it didn't go bad. I'm not gonna throw it out. I'm gonna still use it. So don't feel bad if you have expired makeup. Don't feel like you need to have the latest makeup or, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it probably isn't the best for your skin, but that's another story, because I feel like I have a attachment to my makeup. Like, I feel like all my makeup, like, I know when I bought it, I know when I got it, there's like a story behind it. So I feel like a attachment to my makeup, so that's why I don't really like to throw it out unless there's something wrong with it. But a lot of these products you're gonna see I am gonna be throwing away. It hurts my heart, but I have to, because I'll explain why I have to throw away a lot of stuff and go through all my stuff and get rid of a lot of stuff in 2 more videos. So stay tuned, subscribe if you have not already, if you want to hear why I am getting rid of all these stuff and cleaning out my stuff. So I'm gonna go in with this Benefit Porefessional, and if you guys could see that, this is dirty. Like, this has seen a lot of better days. This I've had for years. Like, this is one of the first high-end primers I used to use. Then I gave this to my mom, and now it's back with me. And this says it expires in 12 months. So this has been expired like mad long ago, but still has some left. So I'm going to use it for the sake of this video. I don't use this anymore because I know it's been mad long, but I mean, I'm just going to use this for the sake of the video. And I can't remember. I think I liked this primer when I used to use it. Let's see how it works now. I don't know if because some of these products are going to be so expired, if it's going to come out good like my makeup, but I'm going to try. So right now I have 3 foundations. They're all the same, but they're one of the first, if not the first, foundation I've ever had in my whole entire life. I kept it for sentimental value, but now looking at it, I think it definitely needs to go in the garbage. I can't believe I'm putting it on my face, but for the sake of this video, that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like right there, it's like white. It's like separating, like the makeup is separating. So I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. I definitely think it's not supposed to be like that. So these are the 3 foundations I have, and if I remember correctly, this one right here is the first foundation I think I ever had, or the first drugstore foundation I ever had. So that was back in high school. I'm talking about like 2010 to like 2013. So I definitely had it for a really long time, but I'm gonna be throwing all these out after this video because they are not good anymore. I don't know which one I'm gonna go in with since they all look pretty interesting. I'm gonna try to go in with the first one I ever had. Let me try that and see how it works out. I know my skin is probably gonna break out after this video, but this is crusty. Like, that is mad crusty. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand and we're gonna blend away. And I'm just gonna go in straight with the beauty blender and put it on my face. I don't even know if this is gonna match me. Okay, right now, blending it into my skin. It honestly seems to be my shade. I honestly don't remember if this oxidizes, but all I know is this was my go-to foundation. I use this all the time because I didn't know much about makeup and I didn't know what other foundation to use. And I didn't have anybody to ask about it, or I did have people to ask about it, but I was too shy and too scared to be like, you know, I like makeup and, you know, talking about makeup. So I was too shy. So basically I had to figure out everything myself. So honestly, the foundations I go for now are more of a full coverage, medium to full coverage foundation. This is super light coverage for me because honestly, back then when I was in high school, I did not have acne at all. I didn't have acne. Acne is the thing I got as an adult. I know, right? Like, that's so weird. Getting acne as an adult, and all throughout high school, I didn't have acne. I really thought I had such great skin, but little did I know the worst part was coming when I became an adult. And now I have cystic acne, which is crazy. And if you guys can't see, I have a big cystic acne right here. It was even bigger. That's why I was gonna film yesterday and the day before yesterday, and it was just every time I went to go film, I became like paralyzed because I was like, this pimple looks really bad. So my review of this foundation, after all these years, I still think it did a pretty good job. I mean, it got the job done. I don't think it's separating on my skin, at least not yet. So we'll see how it wears. So the next thing that I got is this matte concealer, and I want you guys to see how old this concealer is. So I don't know if you guys see that, but that's like oil. It's like separated from the concealer. I hope you guys can see that and I'm not just bugging out, but that's oil. See, look, it's like oil. It's separated from the concealer. So it's separated from the concealer. I'm a little scared to use this. I'm probably just gonna shake it up. I did buy this and I never used it after I bought it. This was like one of my favorite concealers, but then when I found the Tarte Shape Tape, I just never went back to this and I forgot about it. So I'm just gonna shake it up and hopefully this will turn good again, or not good but mix. The sticker came off, but this is the MAC, I think, Say All Day concealer, if that's the name of it. I'm not exactly sure. All the products are going to be down below in the description box. Okay, so it still looks okay, but it looks a bit dark because I think at the time I used to use a little bit of a darker concealer, or I used to just use the concealer that matched my skin color. I didn't buy anything lighter. I don't feel like it covered that much. I'm going to go in with a little bit more. And the sticker came off of it, so I can't tell you when this expires, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like 6 months or something like that. This is like kind of hard to film because I am filming the YouTube video and I'm filming a TikTok at the same exact time. So if you guys haven't followed me on TikTok, please follow me on TikTok. My handle is going to be right here on the screen. It is pretty lit over there. I usually post a lot. Again, I haven't posted on any of my social medias in a little bit, in about like 2 to 3 weeks. And again, in 2 videos, there's going to be an explanation video as to why. All I can say for now, it's pretty exciting and I'm super excited, but that's all I'm going to say for now. So follow me on TikTok, follow me on all my social medias, my Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already, if you guys want to know what the big secret is. So I'm gonna go in with this Laura Mercier powder where I put my concealer and on my top lip. I always put on my top lip. If you don't know why, it's because my top lip foundation, that's the first to go always. So what I noticed when I put it here that it doesn't move. So I'm gonna take this Laura Mercier loose setting powder. I honestly have not used this in years, like probably like 2 years, and this was my go-to. I used to love this. I have so many backups of it too. This is supposed to expire in 12 months, so I am kind of excited to use this again because I know I have not used this in a really long time and I used to love this. This is something, even though I have had it for such a long time, I definitely will not get rid of because it is a powder. I never get rid of my setting powders. I'm not sure if that affects the makeup quality when you put it on the makeup, but I never get rid of my setting powder no matter how long I have it because I just use it out. And I feel like it's dry powder, so I don't know if that expiration date is a real thing or not. So now I'm going to do brows. For brows, this is my absolute first brow product. This is the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit. I'm not even sure if they make this anymore, but as you can see, I dug a pretty big chunk into the wax. And if you used to do makeup a really long time ago, this product is probably like 10 or 11 years old because it's one of the first products I ever had. That's why I didn't get rid of it. Again, sentimental value. But I do think I'm going to get rid of it after this video because I think it's ridiculous if I hold on to it. So, if you used to know this product, I'm not sure if they have it anymore, but if you knew this product, you knew that the wax was really good. It was super pigmented and the powder didn't really do anything much, even though the point was to use the powder then the wax to seal it. I just used the wax and I used a brush to put this on, so that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm honestly not sure how I'm gonna feel about this product because it's been years and I do have a scar going through my eyebrows, so I don't think that used to fill it in. And I'm not sure if the consistency changed as it's been sitting for so long and it's clearly been expired. I feel like it was a little bit more creamier. I feel like it's pretty dry right now, so that's why it's not like allowing me to pick up a lot of product and gliding on my hairs and skin smoothly. And as you can see, it definitely doesn't cover up this sparse area right here where my scar is. So I'm definitely going to need to go over that with my current ABH product, so that way I can have a good look at the end, because I do want this to come out cute. So I'm gonna go in with my brow wiz just to complete the look, and I'm gonna clean up my brows and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and now on to bronzing. So this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I've had this for so long. I honestly don't even know how long I've had this for, but it says it's good for only 12 months, which I've definitely had it longer than that. As you can see, I really used to love it a lot. I mean, it didn't pan on anything, but I definitely used it a lot. So I'm just gonna go into the middle shade and a little bit of the dark shade, mix that a little bit, and put on my cheekbones. I remember everybody had this palette, like literally everybody. And I have not used it in a while. I don't exactly remember why. I think it's because I really love the butter bronzer and the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker one. To be honest, it doesn't look pretty bad. And again, this is something I definitely don't throw away just because it says 12 months. Because honestly, I mean, again, powder, like I said, it probably does go bad, but whatever, I still use it. Now, I do notice while I was doing my bronzer, I can see that the foundation is coming off a bit on my acne. And also it's getting a little bit dry and cakey. So that's just something I noticed. But honestly, after 11 years, I mean, I expect that. I actually expected like all the foundation to kind of like break apart. It's actually doing way better than I expect. So I honestly can't complain at this point. Next up, I'm going in with one of my favorite blushes of all time. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush, and this is in the shade Mellow Wine. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love this blush, and like, look at it. Like, it's just hanging there and I love it so much. I refuse to get rid of it and I use it all the time. If you are a person of color and your skin tone is like mine or a little bit darker, I would highly suggest this blush. It is super inexpensive and it just looks amazing on brown skin. So again, if you're looking for a good drugstore blush, I would highly recommend this blush. And this is expired, but I'm definitely not getting rid of this one at all. And now Wet n Wild has totally different packaging. It has like more sturdier packaging, so this is definitely an old package, so don't worry, this won't happen to you. It actually has like a flip up part. This is just hanging on by a tag. So now I'm gonna clean up my bake a little, and just to make the lines a little bit cleaner and sharper, and I normally always do this, so I'm just gonna continue doing my normal routine. And while that bakes, I'm just gonna finish up my eyes. So while that bakes, I'm just gonna take Isabel and Violetta again and just put that on my lower crease. So I'm gonna go in with this eyeliner for my lower lash line, and this is the Loreal Extra Intense Liquid Pencil Eyeliner. So I keep sharpening it and it keeps breaking, so I'm not sure what's going on. All right, I'm gonna use it like this. It has a tiny little tip here. Hopefully it doesn't break off. Oh my god, it's so dry. Like literally, oh my gosh, this is gonna hurt. Okay, this is definitely getting thrown out after this video, that's for sure. So I honestly don't want to continue, but I'm just gonna continue because then the other side is gonna look really weird, but it kind of hurts to put on. It's making my eyes water a lot. Make my eyes water so much because it literally is so dry. Okay, so I currently don't have a old mascara that I love because honestly I've been throwing it out. So I'm gonna put on mascara and come right back. So next up is this Maybelline Fit Me Poreless powder, and this is in the shade 320, and it doesn't say when this expires, but I would assume 6 to 12 months. And I'm gonna go in with this powder to just set all my makeup. Now, I had bought this powder a really long time ago when I bought that foundation, and I honestly don't know if it does anything, but I just use it. Does your nose leak when you guys do your makeup? My nose always leaks every single time. Like every time, always leaks. It's so annoying. So now I'm gonna go in with highlighter, and this is one of my most favorite highlighters ever. Like, I love this highlighter so much. You have no idea. I think I actually went through one of these highlighters. So this is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill highlighter. When I tell you I love this highlighter, I love it so much. I still love it till this day. There's a lot of, you know, good options out there now too, but I still love this one so much. And I used to have 2 of these, and now I only have this one. So that means that I did go through a whole one of these, and this says you can only keep it for 24 months. I've had this for probably 8 years now, so it's been a really long time. And this is another product that I literally cherish. I have not used this highlighter in a really long time, but back in the day I used it every single time I did my makeup. And I remember this highlighter was so hyped. I mean, honestly, it did deserve the hype. I think like Khloe Kardashian talked about it. That was like her favorite highlighter and stuff like that. It honestly did deserve the hype, and I was so surprised that like it really looked good on like brown skin tones or darker. It was a great universal highlighter at the time, and I think at the time that was what the makeup industry was really lacking. It was lacking universal products that everybody could be included on. So I think this is one of the first highlighters that included everybody, and that's why it was so hyped up, and it honestly deserved it. And using this is just honestly bringing back so many memories of when I always used to use this. I don't know, am I the only one who gets like sentimental and not emotional over makeup, but just brings back memories, you know? Now that I just used it and I haven't used it in a really long time, I'm like, why didn't I use this sooner? Why did I stop using this? Like, it looks so bomb. I love it so much. Okay, so I'm back because my camera battery had died, but now I'm going in with this NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Truffle, and this says 36 months. I've had this maybe longer than 36 months or just about. I'm just gonna line my lips with this. Now I'm going in with this Urban Decay lipstick, and this is in the shade 1993. This lipstick has seen better days. As you can see, it's like melted and it's like bent a certain way. So this lipstick melted in my car on a really hot summer day, and it came off, and I just sort of smushed it back in there. So it's completely coming out. This is one of my favorite Urban Decay lipsticks, and the only way I could use it is if I put it really low because it's moving a lot. And I honestly do think I should throw this out after this because I'm pretty sure I do have another one after I broke this one. I think I ordered another one, so I'm just gonna go with that one and throw this one out and give it a rest because it's been a couple years. Next, I'm going in with this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. Now, I really love this gloss, and I've had it for a while now, so I just always use this gloss. It's just a nice top coat, I feel. I mean, you could use it alone too. What I used to do, I used to put lip liner and then just put this gloss right on top of it. I didn't even put lipstick, and it used to come out amazing. So I want my lips extra glossy. Now to complete this look, I'm gonna use setting spray. And the setting spray I'm going with is this really old Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And I think this is the extra large version. So that's why it's lasted me so long, because this is not the only one I use, but this is one of the main ones I use. And this says it lasts 6 months. It's been way over 6 months. So this is definitely expired. So that is my full face of expired makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it inspired you to throw out some makeup that you've been holding on to for a little bit too long. And I'll see you guys in my next video.